I'm so happy to today facilitate or share my experiences, my views on illness to wellness. Welcome you all. And I'm very much inspired by meditation when I met Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji, founder of Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement and the founder of this body of knowledge, wisdom, and transmitting this wisdom of anapanasati and vegetarianism and pyramids to the entire globe. And IFSS is as a brainchild of Dr. Pitamaha Patriji, and bringing the spiritual temperament, the scientific temperament in spirituality. And it's what is really missing in around the globe. We have sometimes wrong notions and many beliefs which are not really right. We have superstitions. This scientific temperament that Patriji always loved is brought onto this platform called IFSS. And India is being the pioneer, spiritual pioneer of wisdom and spiritual leader to the world. Of course, there are masters. In every country, there are many masters across dimensions, many planes of consciousness. But the source of the wisdom is India, Bharatesh. We are proud to have this platform, Indian Federation of Spiritual Scientists, to unite all the spiritual scientists of India. Like whoever begins their journey of meditation, inner journey, they become spiritual scientists. And we develop this scientific temperament. We don't blindly believe everything. We test, we investigate. We have our own experience. Then we believe it. It's all very scientific because without experimentation, we will not gain really the wisdom. All entire the spectrum of wisdom is experiential. Swanubhav. Without Swanubhav, no wisdom. Knowledge can be there. We read information, we listen, and this all knowledge, but without experiencing, without practicing, there's no wisdom. So, dear friends, we all live in the two different worlds. One is the external world, the world really which has the fun element and also the stressful element. We experience so much chaos in the outer world. At the same time, we have a lot of fun and pleasures and all that. And we are caught in that duality. We really feel so much, one day we feel so happy, other day we are not so happy. And we take the swings, illness to wellness. Sometimes we are ill, sometimes we are well. Diseases, no diseases. We know how pandemic shook the whole world. We're shaken up to the core, and how much we are devastated, how much $1 trillion of money spent on, creating health. It's like all pharmaceutical industries. Not that it's bad, but this is what happened. We are shaken up fully. But still we struggle to reach to the really healthy state or health state. I would like to say that unless we find really the inner source within us, the source of energy, source of wellness, joy, wisdom, we will be only dependent on outside things. We will not really experience the wellness that we would like to experience. WHO has given a beautiful definition, World Health Organization. Disease is not gained by just from outside. It is not the absence of symptoms which creates a healthy state. Health is the not the absence of disease, actually. Health is the well-beingness, the physical, mental, emotional, and the fourth dimension WHO also added is spiritual dimension, spiritual well-beingness. So unless someone understands that health is not the absence of symptoms, people say that, oh, my body is very healthy, but they are very sick also inside. Their mind is very sick. They have restless thoughts. They have sad emotions. They are very fearful, scared people. They are not called as healthy people. Health is a state of well beingness, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And with this definition, actually, who can be very healthy is an enlightened being. Those who experience the self, their magnificent self, radiant self, can be called as really a healthy being. An enlightened being might have some symptoms in the body, but they are already experiencing great health because of their enlightened states, awakened state. And sometimes we wonder why I become sick, why I get this illness, small, normal cold, cough, to cancers, headaches, to some kind of chronic illnesses, acute illnesses, all kinds of stuff, thousands of illnesses that we are struggling with. And we wonder why. There must be a reason. Without reason, nothing really happens because we live in a really cause and effect world. Every effect has cause. It's not linear. The causes are multi and many causes contributes to that illness or disease. We generally try to fight with the illness. My uh, investigation research into this field of health, because I come from a medical background. Also, I have been meditating since last 30 years, and I gained a lot of insights from interacting with so many people who shared their experiences of healing, self-healing, meditation. So I understand that every illness is, if you fight with it, if you think that illness is an enemy and you want to eliminate it, it will come back. If you consider illness as a teacher, it is there for a reason. It's an indirect teacher. And that illness actually make you progress, evolve. It is there for a reason. That's the approach that I have been following until all the entire medical industry says, oh, we have to fight with illness. More you fight, more the illness spreading actually. The illness is a wise guide and teacher. That's why if you have BP, blood pressure, or diabetes, or chronic illness, oh, say, bow down to you, my teacher. Thank you, thank you. You are there for a reason. I'm open and I'm ready to look into that. Whatever lessons that I need to learn, whatever corrections that I need to do in myself, in my personality self, I will do that. Sometimes illness is telling us to just go to your source within you, yourself, which can heal you. And sometimes the disease is telling you you're not at ease with your life. To get back to the easiness, we are not relaxed sometimes in our life. Totally, we are like a machines, and only the sympathetic nervous system very very active, producing high levels of adrenaline inside the body, the adrenaline kick that we want. We take coffee and we want some stimulation from outside constantly. We are all the time very tense, very stressful. A meditator is actually starts learning to um, activate a different nervous system. It's autonomic part of the autonomic nervous system called parasympathetic nervous system, which resets all our normal reactions, and we respond instead of reacting to the outer world. And we really activate that vagus nerve, which makes you experience well-beingness. There are neurotransmitters which are released when you are relaxed. So, whoever is closing their eyes and watching the breath and slowing down in their thoughts, they experience the parasympathetic reflex. All the stress is completely uh, dealt with. And another thing that happens is whenever you are going inside you, you open the doors and portals of wisdom. You have direct access to why you are going through a certain malady, certain illness, certain things in your life, and what is that you need to do, or um, what you needed to learn from it. So there are four important sources of conflicts. The conflicts which generate illness in the body, a disease in the body. Number one is our childhood. We are conditioned. We carry so many beliefs, thoughts, emotions, even conflicts from our childhood. And that causes cause for your pain or illness or something that's happening right now in your body, in your mind, in your emotional plane, in your relationships. The first source that we need to look at, the origins is the origin of this illness is childhood. We are imprinted, actually, we are carrying so many imprints from the childhood. We're still struggling because the layer of conditioning is not yet dropped. We believe that uh, I deserve to be punished through this illness. I uh, I cannot be healthy. I am very vulnerable and I will be affected with this illness. And we carry so much, so many things from our childhood. For example, a child who is sexually abused as a child might carry certain problems, illnesses in the uh, adult life. When she reaches adult life, she might get a skin disease, skin disorder, because the skin is the protection layer, the epidermis. And all the time, skin rashes or psoriasis or some kind of illness in the skin. It is like a reminder what is not yet healed. She felt that my boundaries are violated. I need to protect myself because she could not express, she could not speak out about this abuse to her mother, her father. She kept it like a secret. She could not express. Her power of expression comes from throat chakra. This Vishuddha chakra is affected. And definitely she might carry some kind of problems with her thyroid also. And many of the illnesses have the origins in the childhood. The second place that I say we need to look at is the womb memories. Even inside the womb, we are programmed. I mean, how we step into this world, what are the things that you have taken from your mother and father, which is not yours sometimes. They are imprints which are, um, we just collect it. Your mother was sad inside the womb. Your mother was very fearful. Oh, what is going to happen to this child? Or in the ultrasonograms, I came to know, oh, it's a girl child. I don't want girl child because the girl children struggle a lot. Um, the boys will have more freedom and there's no security for girl children. There's so many thoughts about that. Sometimes you are a girl child, you feel so bad being born as a girl child. You feel rejected, unwanted. And anything related with ovaries or uterus, uh, the womb space of a woman, it is something related to the femininity, something which is about the womanhood. Generally, the womanhood is disowned. We think it's inferior, less, or something like that. Some conditioning happens at a very younger age, even the womb space, particularly what I was speaking about the gender rejection. And the child actually will not embrace their femininity. Girl children, they reject their own femininity, experience menstrual irregularities to uh, polycystic ovarian disease to ovarian tumors to so many kind of things. And endometriosis is another condition that a woman goes through. And men also carry so many things, right? From the womb, we are imprinted, we're programmed. Some may carry the illness of the mother and father, which is not theirs, but they carry them because, oh, they see the suffering of the mother. They say, oh, my mother is carrying the grief and sadness, and she's affected with this illness. She's obese, and how can I be healthier than my mother? I will go through. I will give company. I will accompany my mother by being sick, being unhappy, being sad like my mother. Or some may be depressed like father. We just uh, become like our parents, but we are not our parents. We are a completely unique expression of the Paramatma, the soul nature of us. And we need to understand that as we grow in meditation, we also drop this layer of conditioning from the womb state. Even we carry the third origins of the source of the illness is from the family tree, ancestral memories that we carry. Unconsciously, there's something called genetic transmission of illnesses, psychological behaviors, patterns like suicide, early death, many things. But now the spiritual science has come up with the beautiful research with a phenomena called epigenetics. Epigenetics is when you change your thoughts and your feelings and your energy, your attitude, your understanding, you will switch off the expression of some cancers in your body, your DNA level, genetic level of change happens. It's called epigenetic phenomena. You even influence your DNA and RNA just by shifting your perceptions right now. At a very deep level, cellular level of change happens when someone is connecting to themselves. So all that ancestral patterns that we see, we notice in our own family tree, they get dropped. The fourth source of these illnesses, the origin, is coming from the past lives, reincarnation memories. I have come into this path of spirituality through meditation, but the first experiences I have went through is my own past life memories. I discovered my past lives. It came up in front of my eyes. The third eye visions came to me about several past lives, and I was investigating since last 30 years about past life memories. And the roots of the origins of these illnesses is, for some, it's coming from the past lives. In a certain way, whatever the trauma which is not yet dealt with, generally in a past life, most of the stories of the past lives not stopped, not ended there. We abruptly end that life and we incarnate, we carry all that information which is unresolved, unassimilated, unintegrated experience of the past lives into this current life body, because the software, all that astral information will be in our astral body. When we incarnate in the body, in a new body, in the current body, we carry all that stuff. These are the four places that we need to look into when we would like to understand the causes. And because the cause and effect phenomena operates in the physical plane, unless the causes are known, the effects will not vanish. Cause and effect. So some illnesses, they immediately get reversed when we are just practicing meditation, because you get some insights, you get a deep understanding about yourself, that cosmic energy that we gather, our own personal energy that we expand in every meditation. It will heal you.
So my question is, like, recently I have come across that there are some crop circles they have been talking about, like the crop circles. If you put crop circles, if you sit on it and do meditation, that will give more, that will attract more energy and give you some energy to heal yourself. So is it a true state? Is it a right one to doing, sir? Have you come across crop
Okay,
circles?
Murali Jeta. I have personally went to visit a crop circle in UK. There are a few crop circles, and I physically went there and to understand. I was checking my energy levels, and I meditated there. It is true phenomena. There is energy there,
Okay.
but the question is not to dependent on outside stuff, outside things, on crop circles or crystals or pyramids, because when we can close our eyes anywhere, wherever you are in the home, you are meditating, you don't need to wait for a crop circle to appear and to guide you into that cosmic energy. And because there is a concept called mind over matter, our
Yes.
mind, our consciousness is far powerful than the matter. Matter over the mind is only not even 1% to around 6%. But mind over consciousness over matter is far more powerful. For example, just there's a pyramid inside you. There's a pyramid cells of beds. They're called neuronal cells. They're amazing. The structure of us is a pyramid. We carry the pyramid inside us. We carry crop circles inside us. There's geometrical shapes. Our Sri Chakra is a crop circle, actually. This is here an Agna Chakra. When we can actually go inside, not looking for energy spots and all that, but we create our own personal power spot wherever we meditate. Our home becomes a temple for meditation. And thank
Okay.
you, Muraliji. Yeah, but it's true phenomena. I have checked with it. I investigated.
Okay.
It's all true.
It's all
Yeah,
true. Okay. Thank you, sir.
yeah.
That's
Thank
very
you.
good.
So my query is basically, as you mentioned, that there are four sources to any problem or chaos in life. My question is, how would one recognize that where is this problem emanating from? To distinguish which theory should one deploy, whether is it past life or whether it is ancestral or whether it
Right.
is home based or whether it is the current life, childhood memory?
Yes, right. Very good question. How do we know the source or the origins of some problem, illness that we have? And it's like just a metaphor, analogy that I give. Sometimes when we want information in the current days, and what we do is we have the Google. We type the question in the Google, and then all the possible answers it gathers, and we get the. Our consciousness is a big Google server. More than that, it's infinite information and wisdom, and all that is carried by our consciousness. It has every answer in it. So when we have that quest, the quest begins when we have a limitation in the physical plane. It could be any physical limitation like illness. And when we understand that, when we have the quest, oh, what is the source? Why am I having this limitation? How can I become again unlimited? How can I come out of this limit, raise above the limitation? Then the search begins, and our consciousness searches for the answers. Actually, in meditation, people get the access to this. The causes and effects are understood in a normal way, but some they also resort to the additional help. They can't, because they can't look into the source, the origins of it, because that's what is the therapy work is about. Because that we have as human beings a natural defense mechanisms. We defend ourselves from the trauma that occurred in the childhood or in the womb or in the past lives or in the ancestry. What happens is that defense mechanism make us bypass totally. We spiritually bypass. Sometimes meditation becomes like we go into meditation into zero state, but we will not be progressing. It is like a numbness layer that is created. So some they recognize that numbness, which is created by defense strategy, and some they don't. They need someone, a therapist, to look into themselves. So I have been practicing as a past life regression therapist. I hold the space for the clients. I recognize their defense strategies, and by spiritual bypass mechanisms, I make them to embrace the trauma, actually, make them address to look into the trauma. So this is what I've been doing, and people were benefited from that. But my advice is I ask them, everyone, to try on their own. First, you have to become so aware and drop all that defenses, because past is already over. Looking into the past is not really a problematic thing, because it's already, the past is over. Only you are going there to learn the lessons of it. The past, which is learned, lessons are learned, and the past won't repeat. Otherwise, the same theme of illness or limitation, it recurs, it repeats. That is what whole concept is about. Thank you, Mehulji, for the
Thank you
question.
so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you.
My question was, do we really need to go and find out the causes in our childhood, through inner child healing, or maybe womb challenges, whatever we have? So you have given the answer, but now I feel when I have become regular with my meditation, say about 4 5 months back only. Before that, I did Vipassana also once, and I have been on and off with meditations, but now doing it very regularly. But my mind is still, goes. There is a lot of change in me since then. I feel a lot at peace with myself. There is a lot of acceptance and allowance for everything and anything. But having said that, my mind again, goes helter skelter while meditating. So, what exactly and how exactly do I get to go deeper? Is this the right way what I am doing, or is there something more I should be doing? Like there are, of course, my illnesses which has been troubling me is my hypothyroid, Hashimoto's, as well as psoriasis, along with a little bit few more scattered all over the body. So this is what my state is, and sir, I need your guidance.
Yes, Chetnaji, and the peace that you already found, the peace that is growing inside you because of the regular practice of meditation, that is the key actually. And with the regular practice of meditation, you will have some indicators that yes, you are on the path and you are on the right path. And for example, the joy, the connectedness, the wellness that we experience, and also the reversal of the symptoms that happens with that. Whatever the reasons for Hashimoto's and all that, uh, you will be able to unravel it, unfold it during your meditation. Uh, because meditation makes us connect with our inner source. The answers that are there inside us, every answer is there within us. And sometimes only when we are ready for that, and immediately, instantly, it can happen to us. They are ready to give, our soul ready to give us and heal us and all that. One thing is, as a personality, as a mind, we resist a lot. We feel that I'm not yet ready for this change.
Right, right.
Yeah, sometimes we stop ourselves from healing. There is a reason for not healing also. Why we don't heal? Is the illness stays for such a long time, for years and years. We self-sabotage. We don't want to get healed because there are some other things that are fulfilled through that illness. It's important that we take responsibility for self-healing, self-growth.
Actually, while doing meditation, my body is getting overheated and getting a lot of sweat.
Wow, that's wonderful. How long since you are practicing meditation? A month.
Actually, I'm meditating from December, but I never did regularly. From the
Okay.
past months, I'm doing very good, but from the past 10 days, I'm sincerely doing very, very
Mhm. It's very natural during meditation that we feel a lot of sweat coming out. There is a reason why physiologically certain things happen, some sensations, some symptoms show up in the body. Particularly, this is like heated up feeling that you are sharing, the sweat that's coming out is a kind of detox experience that you are now right now going through. It's all good only. It's not a disturbance. It's something which is thrown out of your system, which is not uh, important, not needed in your body, because through sweat, through urine, through fecal matter, we throw out whatever is unwanted stuff. So your body is trying to detox fully. There's something called Surya Nadi, and there's something called Chandra Nadi in us, Ida Pingala. So there's a kind of balancing act that happens in the initial part of the sadhana period in meditation. So before it reaches to a balanced state like a Sushumna Nadi that activates. So these changes will happen. Your body becomes cool, alternatively heated up. It's natural, and enjoy your meditation. It will actually lead you to higher levels for you as you practice. Thank you, Hemanji.
good. Thank you.
Sir, I have been having sensations on my left side of the body from a very long time, like burning sensations and pain in the stomach, lower stomach. So sometimes it gets elevated, sometimes it's okay. So I've been trying, I've connected to certain past lives where, when I try to connect with that sensations and my childhood memories, so I could relate this pain and sensations to certain past lives and childhood experiences, but sir, it is still persisting. So I want to ask, uh, like it will take some time, maybe I have to go deeper, or maybe that awareness has come, but transformation has not come. So, sir, how to, understand it, or maybe you can just throw some light.
Yes,
Right.
Suchiji. And what you'd like to in your life is to not experience this pain in your stomach and left side of the body, the burning sensation, right? You would like to feel soothing sensations instead of
Right.
the painful sensation. Yeah.
Yes, sir, because somewhere I
Mm.
feel that there is no balance, right and
Between left
left.
and right.
And
Okay.
yes, yes.
And what might you lose that you value when you have this health? What might you lose when you are completely healed from this, what you are sharing? Because sometimes we feel that, oh, at least this pain is giving is a companion to me so far. If this pain is also gone, I'll be so lonely. What is that you're going to lose? And there are some subconscious fears of not letting go. Why we don't let go certain things in spite of understanding the source, the roots of it.
So the word which is coming is attention.
Attention, yeah. You get a lot of attention from this, yeah. So I think if you work in that direction where you tell your body, that child version in you, that uh, she has all the attention right now, you are giving all attention, what she missed out, even the past life self who missed this attention, you give that attention, whatever that lesson that need to be integrated can be integrated. It won't take much time to heal. Sometimes we need to ask the right question to have the right answer.
It will be a great guidance if you can just clarify where is this, that's the so-called ulcer or asthmatic
Yeah.
symptoms comes from.
Yes. So ulcerative colitis is a medical condition where gastrointestinal tract is affected. And from our own research, what we found is the conflict which is generated at a very younger age when a child is disconnected from parents or going through a turbulent relationship with the uh, parents. Particularly, there is a things called interrupted movement of love. A child receives love from parents, from mother and father. When that love, which naturally flows from a parent, is cut off at a very younger age, then the child actually experiences what is called as some difficulties in their life, because the love is the first foundational stone for every child. Even a child who is disconnected from the parent because the child is born in a C-section, the child is kept in the incubator, or the child who is delivered prematurely but kept away from the mother for a long time, or after being born, the child is sent to grandparents' home and the child feels abandoned. There's a love which gets disrupted. The flow of love is disrupted at a very younger age. And children who had these problems, who still trying to deal with parents, they get triggered in the presence of the parents, and they have these gastrointestinal, particularly Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis that we have been seeing in many children. And they need to heal the relationship with the parents. They need to completely accept. We say in India, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. Unless a child takes the parents fully into their heart, they will not be able to really move forward in life, and they feel stuck. And the child cannot receive the love and blessings from the parents. That's why in meditation, what you can do is look into that part of you which has not received the love, the flow of love at the very younger age, and provide all that love to that part of you, that aspect of you which has been divided from this love. And what happens is when you can do that, you'll be able to take your parents fully. When the child is full, the needs are met, the child will be able to connect with the parental energy. Parents will, they'll be taking the parents. With that, there's a deeper healing that happens. The ulcers in your intestines will respond. Thank you for the question, whoever asked that.
I'm actually looking for some insight around what could be the reason for someone who is going through depression with self-harm and suicidal thoughts.
Oh, yeah. There could be so many possible reasons for that. Number one is someone in the family tree who is also highly suicidal. Generally, the suicidal tendencies run in the family tree. And in the current generation, a child is drawn towards that a family member or the ancestor who had attempted suicides, or who are drawn towards death, pulled towards death, and identified with that person, because that person was either excluded or forgotten. And any exclusions in the family tree, we are pulled towards that. And second is uh, children who are, completely disconnected from mother and father. They tend to feel depressed because without mother, father, even though a person might be very knowledgeable, very, very great scholar, maybe reading and like a professor in the university, but still without mother and father, without roots in our family tree, without family system, we will be feeling depressed. These are the very, very hidden dynamics. And also a parent who is having this tendency, suicidal tendency, we also follow the footsteps of them. We are telling subconsciously to them, oh, dear mother, how can I be different? You are pulled towards death. How can I go towards life now? I will also follow your footsteps. This is called blind love. We love our parents in a very blind way. But there is something called mature, enlightened love, which says that, oh, dear mother, dear father, even though you have this illness, you have this depression, you have this suicidal tendency, I'll be better than you, I'll be happier than you, so that I can be an inspiration to the whole family. This is called enlightened love. So sometimes these are the family dynamics which makes a person get depressed and highly suicidal. Or in the current relationships also, sometimes the source need not be in the past, but it is in the current relationships. A person is completely messed up in the relationships. They get so much triggered and they feel like giving up their life and depressed and to end the life. And some, they feel that the life has no meaning and purpose. And unless they create a purpose and a meaning, there is no hope for the living here. They feel that it is completely a plane of illusion and I don't want to continue. So important to create purpose and meaning. For some, this is another reason. Thank you, Vijayalakshmi ji. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Sir, one question from Srinivas ji.
Yeah.
He's asking, how can you be so smiling and accommodating and loving all the time? How can you be this possible at all for a human?
Thank you, Srinivas and for the question. And I'm smiling because I found it in meditation. I discovered my smile because initially, as a child, I used to smile, but it was a fake smile. I used to smile to just please people. But in meditation, I started pleasing myself. A genuine smile from my soul, I found it, I discovered it. And how can I be accommodative? Because I see myself in my friends that I interact, all people, because we're all one being, only one soul living in different bodies. because there's only oneness that guides us. That is a real truth. Because I discovered that. Thank you, Srinivas ji, for the question.